Derek? Thank you so much.
Good morning. I'm Dan Bertrand. I spent my military career in the United States Marine Corps. I wanted to be a Marine since I was 8 years old. My mom's cousin was a Marine and he was killed in Korea. We attended his funeral and it was with full military honors. I was totally awed by the Marines that were there and by the honor and dignity displayed to their fallen comrade. 10 years later, I joined the Marines out of high school. The Gospel of Mark speaks about a poor woman who gives 2 copper coins to the treasury. She gave all she had, while others gave what they could afford. Jesus declared that one who gives their all, even though a little amount, has given more than the rich who give some. I have to confess today that I am not like that poor woman. Not always, anyway. I can only imagine what would happen if I put all my money in the offering plate. No money left to buy turkey or ham. Then comes Thanksgiving when the multitudes of relatives arrive at the door and I try to explain, sorry, no food. Well, actually, it wouldn't hurt any of us to go on a diet for a few days. Seriously, we all know people who give much. Sometimes that giving is not in monetary form, but of themselves. They give their time more than they have to spare. You will find them reaching out to others, giving their all physically, more than their bodies can bear. People praying so hard and often for another in need that their needs are left unsaid to the Lord. And there are millions of men and women who gave of themselves in the service of our country and are called veterans. War has always left its mark on the human spirit. Those who arrive home can be called fortunate. However, the experience of being threatened with death, of killing others, witnessing death, and the destruction of homes and cities does not allow one to arrive home in one piece. Many veterans often prefer not to speak of those experiences. They gave much. No one who has experienced combat returns to civilian life the same as when he or she left. Yes, some gave like the woman who gave her all her money. They gave their all, their lives. On this Veterans Day, we are here to honor our veterans and their families and friends. Those who gave so much for their all. People will often say they do not truly know about war until their loved ones spoke of it. It is not just the person who serves, but all those that give their love and support who help make a veteran. As a young Marine serving in Vietnam, I experienced more than death. The 23rd Psalm would calm me. I could find some peace. One day I got a call to return home on emergency leave. My wife Patty needed me. Our newborn baby had died. I was willing to take any flight to get home. At Da Nang, an Air Force officer said there was a flight to Japan, but he doubted if I would want to take it. I asked him why. He explained that the plane was bringing home soldiers that had lost their lives in Vietnam. I took the plane. There were about 100 coffins and me in the cargo area of the plane. At that time, I again prayed the 23rd Psalm. From my own experience in being part of bringing home soldiers to their families, I can relate to a letter from Bill Tesh. For those of you who don't know, Bill was raised here at Resurrection and became a pastor. He also serves as a reserve. He wrote to his mom and dad on his last days serving him as a chaplain in Kyrgyzstan. I read the letter as if I am him. My deployment comes to a close on an especially poignant duty. One day last week, the command post of the Transit Center at Manus issued a warning order to the wing commander, the Force Support Squadron commander, and the chaplain on call, Chaplain Tesh. Later today, a C-17 will transition through the Transit Center on an 8-hour mission. make all necessary preparations. HR means human remains. We began gathering the scant information. The mission was coming out of the remote FOB, Forward Operating Base, in southern Afghanistan. They would be stopping at the transit center for crew rest and to allow our force support staff to properly steward the remains. This involves re-icing along with secure accompaniment and storage of the body until crew rest is completed and it's time for the mission to continue back to the States. As the day passes, leadership seems subdued. Once again, we are brought face to face with the sobering reality of war. A few details come in. The remains are to arrive about 1300 or 1 o'clock for us civilians. Deceased is a Marine. Paperwork accompanying the HR will reveal the Marine's name and rank. The news that the HR is a Marine is shared with the small platoon of Marines who work with us here at the transit center. We are surprised to learn that there are also packs aboard, troops coming out of battle from downrange. It is somewhat unusual for packs to travel with HR, but in some cases it is necessary. We note that these troops will require some extra care during the short stay at Manus. When the C-17 makes its first pass over the airfield at 1:21 in the afternoon, under a piercing blue Central Asian sky, a considerable welcoming party is already assembled. The merciless heat of the sun reflects the brutal circumstances. Sunglasses are stowed. Everyone squints. Although this mission is secret, it is impossible to keep this news from spreading. That for a short time, we will have the honor of taking a fallen comrade into our care. Dozens of personnel have dropped everything to be present on this leg of the valiant Marine Sergeant's final homeward journey. As the aircraft lands, many of the 376 Expeditionary Maintenance Group are lined up in formation near the parking place where the C-17 will come to a stop. Terminal Mobility Operations Crew and Operations Group staff are forming up behind them. All of the squadron commanders and their staff are here. The bus pulls up just as the C-17 is touching down. About 20 stone-faced Marines step off the bus, some with untended tears rolling off their defiant cheeks. Then I witnessed the most moving scene. Suddenly, just as the aircraft came to a rest in its parking place, all at once, all 20 Marines broke into an urgent, desperate sprint toward the aircraft. They ran with the fury of Marines coming to the aid of a brother Marine in battle. We looked on in admiration and sadness. The cargo ramp of the giant aircraft drops open slowly to square it. About a dozen weary troops, still carrying their weapons in their hands and the stink of Afghanistan on their bodies, shuffle down the ramp with their heads deeply bowed. A large man backs up and comes to a halt about 50 feet behind the open ramp. Two columns form a gauntlet. The wing commander calls the formation to attention. This is my cue to step forward. I shout the 23rd song at the top of my lungs in an effort to be heard over the giant generators of the aircraft. Alpha Bear is the just discovered name of a young Marine. I look out at a column of rock-solid Marines, tears streaming down their faces. I step back into formation. The honor guard comes forward. Just as the 6th honor guard begin bearing their precious burden, the commander calls, "Present arms," and we give a slow, silent salute. A flag-draped casket is placed in a waiting vehicle, and the commander calls, "Order arms," and dismisses the formation. The vehicle drives away, headed toward the base point. A plan is made for a small team to assemble at 3 a.m. in order to accomplish all of the above in reverse. Just a few will be required for this duty: the commander and his chiefs and deputy, the chaplain, the honor guard, and a couple of force support people. But when we arrive at the darkened airfield at 2:30, already people are beginning to gather. Nearly 100 airmen and Marines have set their alarms, pull themselves out of bed in the middle of the night for the privilege of accompanying a fallen Marine on his final homeward journey. This time the ground power unit is shut down, so it's very quiet. I read the words of Psalm 139, and they echo off the gray walls of the large cargo aircraft. If I go up to the heavens, you are there. If I make my bed in the depths, you are there. If I rise on the wings of dawn, if I settle on the far side of the sea, even there your hand will guide me. Your right hand will hold me fast. If I say, surely the darkness will hide me, and the light become night around me, even the darkness will not be dark to you. The night will shine like the day, for darkness is as light to you. This time the prayer includes all who have fallen in battle, and all who watch and wait back home. The ceremony concludes and this valiant young Marine is on his way home for the last time. It was our sad honor to serve him in this very small way. We lingered for a while in the crisp, dark morning air as we pondered what we have heard and seen. The vice commander takes my hand. Chaplain, now you can go home. Yes, I agree. I can. From my own experience in being part of bringing home soldiers to their families, I can relate to the letter. I thank those of you who help us veterans in our healing process. I thank my fellow veterans who gave so we all can gather and praise the Lord in this church. And I thank all of you for your support in this Veterans Day service.
Amen. Thank you for your message, Dan. Thank you.